Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Really appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I wanted to take a moment with this video to give a shout out to Lexie Hull. She had a fantastic game against the Mystics, but I really wanted to talk about the fact that this is the type of player that does not get a lot of kudos or attention, not just for the fever, just the way Lexie Hull plays. She's one of those players that's really, really important to the success of a team, that any successful team is going to tell you that they need that type of player on the court, or really in any sport. She brings an energy to the game. She is active all the time. She does all of the little things. If you want to talk about, dirty work, she's the type of player that does that. She's very good defensively. She's versatile in terms of being able to match up with different types of players on the other team. In fact, I would say she's maybe the best defensive player on the team now. The other one was Celeste Taylor, which is, again, imagine if Lexie Hull had been playing consistent minutes and Celeste Taylor had been playing consistent minutes. That would be very, very different for this team because they would still have the firepower. Kelsey Mitchell is the type of player that, for me, you bring off the bench because of what she can do offensively. She's explosive. She can get to the hoop to get layups and draw fouls. When she's hot, it's like you put her in for instant offense. But when she's not hot, she doesn't do enough with the rest of her game to make up for it. So it's not really the type of player you want playing 90% of the game, but she'd be great off the bench. And of course, with Caitlin and Alyssa and Aaliyah Boston, they had kept Celeste Taylor and played Lexie Hull and played those two more. I think it would have been a net benefit. I think they'd still have the offensive talent to score a lot of points and they would have made more stops. But, for example, I think it was Lexie Hull's only playing like 11 and a half minutes a game. I mean, the last three, I think, were like 19 or 20 against the Mystics, 19 against the Liberty. Then I think it was 5 the game before that, 13 the game before that, and 4 the game before that. But I just wanted to use the Mystics game to go through a few of the things that I'm talking about in terms of what Lexie Hull brings to the table with a team. Here's a great example. This is the first one, so I remember it. I don't have to run it through to tell you first, but this is going to be a pick, an illegal pick. She tries to disguise it by like, oh, I'm going to the basket, but she's clearly picking off Lexie Hull and shoving her under the hoop, basically. The two biggest things besides the fouls on Boston, two of the biggest things Washington got away with all game were travels and illegal picks. If you have WNBA pass, you can run that game back, run it back, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Most of their picks were illegal. They traveled a lot. But that being said, because of that, what happens is you get the switch. Now you've got little Lexie Hull on Olsen, who's twice her size. I mean, she's not just taller, she's much bigger. And now she's got her under the basket, one-on-one with a lot of space because of the way the rest of the team is spaced out. And you're going to see Lexie does an absolute fantastic job, gets a body on her, battles, fronts her extremely well, gets a turnover out of it. Look at this. Look at this. Gets up, boom, get that out of here. And then this is, sorry, I'm going to run that back, but that was just a great defensive play. But then what you're going to see here, they get the rebound, get the ball to Caitlin. Lexie Hull does a great job of being aware of space. You can't see her, but Kelsey Mitchell's down on the left. She spread it out on the left side. Lexie Hull immediately gets to the right. You see Caitlin's just going to push it, bring the defender with her, and just lay it off wide open three, and it's good. Now here, let me run away a little bit further. Okay. Now what you're seeing here, you have all 5 Indiana Fever players in their front court, right? But the ball's going the other way. Now, thankfully, the Mystics were a little slow in transition too. You only have one player, but if she's allowed to have space, right? Like if Caitlin Clark, because Caitlin Clark's watching the ball, Lexie Hull's watching the ball. If they just drift back, there's going to be a cross court pass to the person down on your screen in the bottom right here for a wide open layup. Lexie Hull does a great job of slowing down the transition. And again, active hands, and we get a bucket going the other way, which is just a crucial, crucial basket for Indiana. Active hands gets the ball to get knocked away, drive to the hoop, bucket. Now, this again, smart defense, active hands, disruption. These are the types of things that Lexie Hull brings to the game. You can see with her positioning, she's got an eye on the player she's guarding outside the 3-point line. She's in a position where on this pick and roll, she can help slow down the player coming down the lane if that's what's going to happen. And what you're going to see here is Boston does a pretty good job with this, but Lexie Hull's also a smart player, and being where she is, she's going to be active. She's going to throw her hand in there on the to the offensive player to help try and disrupt, and but she's ready to quickly flash out back to her player on the wing, so it's not an uncontested 3-point shot if that's where the ball's going. Active hands disrupt the play. We get a turnover out of it, and you're going to see Boston, Aaliyah Boston. You're going to see Indiana Fever go the other way. Get a hand in, disruption because she can't get that pass off cleanly. We're going to great pass by Caitlin Clark. I don't know if people understand how difficult that pass really is to throw that bounce pass like that to Mitchell in stride coming across the lane the other way. But now what you're going to see here, I'm going to run it through and then I'll show it one more time to give you an idea of what is so amazing about Lexie Hull in this sequence. And we're going to get hands and we're going to get a jump ball out of this so we win. But let's roll this back and I just want to go over a couple things. What you're going to see here. Okay, so she's going to come around the pick this way. Lexie Hull is going to come into the lane to help. Okay, then that ball's going to go out to the player she's guarding that's basically foul line extended outside on the wing and the 3-point line. And then when that goes there, you're going to see Lexie Hull flash back out to it. But Kelsey Mitchell, seeing Lexie Hull help, is going to also flash to the ball. Lexie Hull's immediately going to change, and she's going to go all the way to the corner player. And then then that player drives, and you see the play Lexie Hull makes on the ball. But the activity of Lexie Hull to go from helping in the lane out to the foul line extended player, which was hers to cover, immediately changed when Miss Mitchell gets there to go to the corner. But that should be a wide open three. But Lexie Hull is so fast in reacting both mentally and physically to that, and she gets there under control. And that is also what's really difficult. When you see that as a player, most likely you're going there as hard as you can because you want a hand in the face on the three because you don't want to give them a free look, which means what? They may just quickly react to that and they're just going to go by you for an easy layup. But Lexie Hull gets there quickly, but also does it under control so that then she can actually adjust to the drive and prevent that as well. So pay attention to all the areas Lexie Hull covers very, very quickly, besides making a great defensive play on the drive. Flashing in to help to cover that pick and roll. Get out. Now she's going to get to the corner, hand up, but she stays under control. Active hands again. Active hands again. Here you're going to see it again. Look at that. To the ball. Active hands, active hands, active hands. All game long. Active hands. Active hands creates great opportunities for the other team. Active hands, right? Active hands. And we'll show this one more time. Yep, active hands, but also active feet, to be fair. She's just active in general. So she brings so much to the game and to this team that doesn't get in the box score. I think she's so crucial to their success. She needs to get more minutes going forward. And I understand there may be at times where you're like, oh, well, we need to match up better. So maybe you go a little bigger. But again, even at only 6'1", Lexie Hull is long and athletic. And you saw in that first clip with Olsen, she can cover different types of players. She can cover in the post. She can cover out on the wing. She can cover up top. She can prevent drives. She can get hands in the face on threes. She can get inside and cover bigger players as well. So she does a lot of things on the court. She's very disruptive, and again, for a team that's just not very good defensively, she makes a huge, huge difference out there. Huge difference out there, which is really fun. So I just wanted to give her a shout out, and hopefully she's getting more minutes. And oh, to the thumbnail, I meant to say this at the very beginning for those who don't know what I'm talking about. The girl who is the key to everything. Um, you see this. Hollywood has gone creatively bankrupt, right? Take politics out of it. I think everyone would agree that there's just a lack of quality in movies lately. Even movies without any politics in it, just not it's not very good storytelling. And a lot of what they've fallen back on in a lot of different movies is they have one character. It's not even always the main character, but there's, woman, female, or whatever, and she's the key to everything in the story. So that's where that came from. So I say, and for me, Lexie Hull is sort of that. She's not the star, but she's the key. She makes the team much better defensively, and because of that, as you saw with what they get out of it, she makes the team better offensively. And this is what I keep harping on with this offense and running, running, running. Um, they need to get better defensively, not just to be better defensively, but because of their style of offense, being better defensively is going to make them better offensively. Hopefully that made sense. I did want to show you one other thing real quick, just because I thought this was kind of funny and typical of Indiana Fever. So real quick, the Indiana Fever, I think we all have been very upset with some of the treatment of Caitlin Clark. Lynn Dunn does not like her, the keeping Christy sides on and all that. But I really want to say it's just kind of it's humorous because it just goes to the organization just doesn't have a good grasp of things in general. I think it's not necessarily just an anti-Caitlin Clark thing as it is a I don't know what we're doing. Keys to the second half, what to look for after the break. Caitlin Clark, floater. Melissa Smith, free throw improvement. Aaliyah Boston, half hook. Kelsey Mitchell, finishing skills. Okay, that may be very well be true, although Caitlin Clark can shoot a floater. We've seen it a couple times. She just doesn't do it a lot. Um, but look, this is sports 101, people. It's like why I hate the in-game interviews and stuff with coaches, and they ask them about, or at halftime, what are the adjustments you're going to make and you're going to do the second half? And it's like, well, coach isn't going to tell you that because then he's telling the other team, and isn't that a little dumb? And this is kind of the same thing. Hey, WNBA, the other 11 teams that we're playing, I mean, other than Melissa Smith, because that's a dead ball situation, here's what we're working on that you can expect to see in the second half. So now you can work on being ready to defend it. Why would you tell the WNBA that you want to work on a half hook shot for Aaliyah Boston? Why would you do that? Why? Why? I'm asking why. Oh my gosh. Be ready to defend Caitlin Clark's floater and Kelsey Mitchell. She's going to be getting to the bucket more. Okay. So we wanted to give you some time, maybe during the Olympic break for you to focus on those things for when you play us. We want to help you out with your scouting report a little bit. Oh my goodness. They got to get that intern off their social media. But I'm going to leave it there. I really just wanted to do a shout out to Lexie Hull. I really hope people watch this video a lot. I know the drama and everything and the controversy stuff. It's fun and it gets everybody's attention and we all get into it. But I do like doing the positive stuff too. I just love sports and it is cool to be able to talk about the positive stuff as well. Especially for players that don't necessarily get a whole lot of love because they're not the stat sheet stuffers. They're not the go-to players and the big names and all that. But anyway, if you're enjoying the content, please like, comment, let me know your thoughts below on Lexie Hull and her minutes. And please do subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It does help out a lot. I know it sounds like, oh, another YouTuber wants to subscribe, and they all say it helps out. And it does. I mean, it really does. Whether people see this or not, it all comes from YouTube, whether they put the video out there for people to see and they put it out to more people when y'all give it some love with likes and comments and all that. But hope you're having an awesome day, and I will talk to you later.